Chapter 9. Depository System. Question 5. Answer in brief. 4 marks each. 1. Explain disadvantages of physical mode of holding securities. Answer. Physical mode means holding securities in the form of paper certificates. There are certain disadvantages of holding securities in physical mode, which are as under. 1. Risk. Securities in the form of paper certificates can be lost, damaged, torn, stolen, misplaced during transit, etc. 2. Efforts in duplicating. If the original paper certificate is lost, then obtaining duplicate paper certificate involves time, efforts, and money. 3. Delay in allotment of securities. In case of allotment of securities in physical mode, lot of time is involved in preparation of individual paper certificates, and hence there is delay in allotment of securities. 4. Delay in transfer and transmission of securities. In case of transfer and transmission of securities in physical mode, lot of time is involved on account of actual handling and checking of physical certificates, lengthy procedure, etc. 5. Risk of bad deliveries. There is said to be bad delivery of paper certificates when the certificates are torn, forged, or mutilated. This creates problems in further trading in securities. 2. Explain any 4 advantages of depository system to investor. Answer. The system under which shares are held, transferred, and settled in electronic form is known as depository system. The depository system maintains accounts of the shareholders. Following are the advantages of depository system to investor. 1. Elimination of risk. Dealing in physical certificates is associated with various risks like delays, lost, theft, mutilation, bad deliveries, etc. These risks are totally eliminated under the depository system. 2. Safety. Depository system is the most safe and secure system of holding securities, as the securities are held in electronic mode. The entire system functions as per the provisions of the Depository Act 1996. Further, it is also closely monitored by SEBI. An investor can give instructions to the DP to keep his demat account in a lock or freeze mode, thereby avoiding unexpected debit or credit of securities to his or her demat account. 3. Easy transfer of shares. Depository system enables easy transfer of shares on account of the following. A. Efforts involved in physical mode, like filling transfer forms and lodging the documents with the company, are eliminated. B. Physical transfer of shares involves payment of stamp duty to the government, which is not applicable in case of depository system. C. Depository system reduces the processing time in transfer of securities. Thus, securities and cash are not held up unnecessarily for long time. 4. Updates and intimation. DP provides up-to-date information to the investor regarding the status of the holdings and transactions in securities. Depository also occasionally intimates the investor about the same. 3. Explain 4 advantages of depository system to the company. Answer. The system under which shares are held, transferred, and settled in electronic form is known as depository system. The depository system maintains accounts of the shareholders. Following are the advantages of depository system to the company. 1. Up-to-date information. The depository provides up-to-date information of the investors to the company at regular intervals. 2. Reduction in costs and efforts. After the introduction of depository system, the companies are able to save costs, efforts, and time involved in printing and distribution of physical certificates, in case of new issues, bonus issues, transfer of securities, etc. 3. Better investor-company relationships. In physical mode, there were complaints regarding loss of certificates, differences in signatures, long time involved in executing requests, etc. These complaints have been substantially reduced in depository system, leading to better investor-company relationship. This has also increased the goodwill of the company. 4. International investment. Foreign investors get attracted for investments in India on account of better and quicker services provided by the depository. This has substantially increased the inflow of foreign capital. 4. Explain depository as constituent of depository system. Answer. The system under which shares are held, transferred, and settled in electronic form is known as depository system. The depository system maintains accounts of the shareholders. Depository is an organization similar to the central bank, which holds securities in electronic or dematerialized form at the request of the investors. Securities in depository accounts are similar to funds in bank accounts. Depository helps an investor to buy or sell securities in a paperless manner. It provides different services related to different transactions in such securities. Depository works as a link between the listed companies which issue securities and investors. Depository is responsible for safekeeping of securities of investors. However, investors cannot have direct access to depository. Depositories in India. There are two depositories in India, namely NSDL and CDSL. The SEBI is responsible for the registration, regulation, and inspection of the depository. Depositories must be registered as a company under the Companies Act 2013 and as a depository under the SEBI Act 1992. It must obtain a certificate of commencement of business from SEBI. Depositories should frame bylaws with previous approval of SEBI. Depositories offer depository services to investors through depository participants, and hence, they should have tie-up with one or more depository participants. Depository should have been established as public financial institution, bank, foreign bank, recognized stock exchange, a body corporate, providing financial services in India or in a foreign country, etc. Depository is deemed to be the registered owner of the securities of investor on his behalf. 5. Explain DP as the constituent of depository system. Answer. The system under which shares are held, transferred, and settled in electronic form is known as depository system. The depository system maintains accounts of the shareholders. A DP can be a bank, financial institution, approved foreign banks, custodians, brokerage house, clearing corporation, non-banking financial company, NBFC, registrar to an issue, or share transfer agent. A DP must be registered under the SEBI Act 1992. After registration, it enjoys rights and obligations as given in SEBI, Depository and Participants, Regulations 1996. Every DP has a unique number for identification. It is an intermediary appointed by depository and acts as an agent of the depository. DP acts as a link between the depository and the investor. It also acts as a trade facilitator for investors. It functions like a securities bank and directly deals with customers. It sends them statement of account at periodic intervals. It converts paper shares into demat accounts. The DP maintains account of securities of each investor. It credits securities in the demat accounts of investors in case of rights issue, bonus issues, etc., by issuer companies. It also handles immediate transfer of payouts like dividend, interest, etc. It settles the trade in securities electronically.